Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 6:40 in the morning a.m. today. Had to wake up at 5:30 to make the appointment. I don't know why they left this imaging so early, but I guess one of the first ones here today, so it was hard for me to find the imaging center. As you can see, I still got the sleepy eyes. But in today's video, I am sharing my experiences with having a right upper quadrant ultrasound. And the reason I'm doing this is because at the beginning of the year in January, my test results for my physical, my blood work, I'm gonna botch this, by the way, my bilirubin total came out high. And then my ALT came out high as well. And the doctor told me to come back, check in 3 months, right? And about 2-3 weeks ago, early April, I got checked again. And actually my bilirubin total came back higher, if I'm not mistaken. And I think my ALT did too. So I'm here to get this testing done because that's what the doctor recommended. I think it's checking for my liver, I think my gallbladder, my bile duct, and probably my kidneys. I gotta do more research on it. When I was looking on YouTube about a video, maybe somebody's experiences or maybe talking about certain issues like these. Well, for the ultrasound itself, I only saw videos for like medical students, there wasn't a lot of videos of people talking about their experience. So here I am, what I do best here on my channel. So that's what I'm here for today. I've had fatty liver in the past. According to the doctors, it's been called fatty liver. Back then, it was about a year or two ago, I had a oral barium imaging study done, right? It was a scan with oral barium, I believe it's barium, where you can see all your intestines and they can see all around it and whatnot. And when I got tested the first time, it showed that I had inflamed liver, let's call it, right? It was inflamed. Came back 3 months later again. I did the ultrasound again, and it was good. Everything was good. So, and the craziest part is, originally I was getting tested because I had pain down here on my right side. It was like a lot of like gas and bloating ish. But then it turned out that they saw something on my liver. Then I had to get more testings done for that. And then they saw my blood work again, and then that went down. So I'm starting to notice a pattern that it keeps going up and down. I will say though, in March, I went to El Salvador, back to the homeland, and I caught traveler's diarrhea. Now I was reading it on the internet and Google, of course, that having traveler's diarrhea could affect your liver, and it can affect if you do blood work, a couple weeks after, because your body's still recovering. I had traveler's diarrhea. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My diarrhea was plain white. It was white. And I heard that had to do something with the liver, right? Because of the color. So I literally was, I'm not sure if you want to call it pooping or doodling, but it was water for 3 days. I don't feel like I was even peeing, because I was just letting it out through the back door, pure water for 3 days or some change. And it was white, the white coloring lasted for about 4 days or so, maybe even more. So I came back, and 2 weeks later or so, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I got tested again, right? For my blood work, for the bilirubin total and the ALT. So those came back high, and the doctor wants me to get checked. So here I am. I'm about to go do the ultrasound in a little bit. You know what I was thinking about earlier, though? That I'm blessed to have insurance, because without insurance, the total cost for this right upper quadrant abdominal ultrasound would be like $1,800. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? For about 30 minutes of work, you know? The medical healthcare system, let me tell you, is definitely, it's out of pocket. No pun. It truly is. It's very expensive to stay healthy and be healthy. Obviously, I am blessed to have really good insurance because I can do testings like these at a lower cost. I can go see my doctor very often if needed and get testings done and get blood work done, and, you know, at least catch things if they're out of range before it becomes a higher issue. Now, if you're new to my channel, I've suffered from gastric reflux disease, you know, gastro reflux disease. I've suffered from acid reflux. I actually have a surgery at the moment called a LINKTREE device in my system. And, you know, it's been a whole thing, but at least I can get checked very often and come do testings like these. So it's a blessing. I was thanking the Lord for even the smallest wins, you know, because that is, to be honest, that's a big win. That's a big W, I'll call it. So, but yeah, I'm about to go inside and get this test done. God willing, everything turns out well. And I always say, at least if it's something that's not good news, then hopefully it's fixable, for one, and then two, we can start working on trying to manage that as much as we can, right? So I'm gonna go inside and let you guys know how it goes. See you guys in a little bit. All right, well, I just got done with the test. I think I'm gonna just make this whole video in my car. It's easier that way, you know? Anyways, let's talk about the test real quick. The ultrasound, I should say. It was pretty straightforward. Got brought in, laid down in the stretcher. They put that little warm lubricant, I would call it. Would it be a lubricant? Probably think so. Oh no, gel. Let me call it a gel. The warm gel. And then she started working on me. Told me to, by the way, when I meant she, the tech, by the way. The tech told me to start taking a lot of deep breaths. She looked over the middle of my abdomen, then to the right side, and more to the right side, all the way down my ribs. And throughout the whole process, just take a lot of deep breaths, hold them for several seconds, release it, and it's just a process repeats itself over and over and over. I did get told to lay on my side, away from the tech. So I did that. I guess it want better angles, right, from that right side of your body. So I did that. And same thing, take a lot of deep breaths. And so I did, and hold them. And so I did, and then, you know, release them. And after maybe about 5 to 10 minutes or so, I'd say, I was done, you know, cleaned up. And now I'm here back in the car. Told me that the results will come in about a week or so, maybe less. Which I asked her, I was like, hey, you know, how's it looking? And she's like, well, I'm not allowed to tell you. And I know that, you know, techs are not allowed to tell you. But sometimes they're like, it looks good on my end, you know, which some are pretty cool about it. Some are not. I respect it. And whether they're good or bad, they're not allowed to really tell you. So I respect it. So I'm going to get my results, and probably we'll see if I wait to post the results on this video. I don't know yet, to see how they went. I think it'll be probably a good idea, because when I do updates, people don't usually go to my update section of my YouTube channel to look at, you know, updates on my health journey. So, but I think we'll see what happens. You guys will see in the video. I wanted to add, though, symptoms I may or may have not had before getting this test done. I was reading online, when it comes to the liver, sometimes you start feeling pain in your right side of your abdomen. Now, I felt that in the past, but I'm not sure if that was due to my liver. I have a lot of abdomen pain sometimes, or how I would call this, just things that bother me in that area. But I feel like it's because a lot of gas and bloating from the surgeries that I had, the gastro surgeries I was speaking on earlier. So I've never felt like it was an actual constant pain on those areas. You get me? Sometimes they might be a little sharp. Sometimes they might be last, maybe a day or two, but it's nothing that doesn't go away. You get me? It's not constant pain, and it's rare. There's the discomfort that I feel, which is different than just pain. Or discomfort, you feel like something is going on or it's there. Typically is the gas, typically is the bloating, because I'm very aware of my body. And it just, when it comes to the pain, when it comes to other issues as well, that I was reading online, it just wasn't adding up when it comes to my liver. So, and I don't drink, right? Just get that out the way too. I don't have any alcoholic beverages. I mean, I haven't had anything in over 10 years, or going to 10 years actually. And the reasons why I don't do it, by the way, if you guys are wondering, I just made a promise to the Lord that I was never going to drink, smoke, any of that at all, because I had a bad experience one time with the Mary Jane, and yeah, I had one of those moments, and I said, you know what, this ain't for me. So I don't do any of that. So I know it has nothing to do with alcohol. Closest thing that I can tell you that, if I have any liver problems, at least from my end, couple things. When I had the mesh implant for my hiatal hernia, there was an adhesion from the mesh to my liver. Could that be causing side effects and problems now? Not sure. The first surgery was in 2017, and I got the mesh removed in 2019. So the adhesion could have happened between that timeline, between those 2 years. But I did get it the doctor got it removed. So I'm not sure if that would have any side effects or if that played any roles into what I'm suffering now. I don't know. And the second thing I'd say, but by the way, I am in a lawsuit for that. I'm not gonna get more into it because I'm not really gonna get into all of that. But there is a lawsuit going around for that. But I can't talk about that fully, unfortunately. And two, the second thing that I can think of, if it's fatty liver, maybe my food consumption, maybe sugars. I love sugar, but not in an excess. I just love sweet things. I have a sweet tooth, and I'm gonna be honest about that. Although I will say, for the most part, I don't think I'm the most unhealthy person out there, but definitely not the healthiest either. I do enjoy my sweets for sure. So if that could be the case, then we'll see. I don't know why the blood work came back high, even though my glucose levels on my blood work comes out pretty well. It comes out in normal ranges, I'd say. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I gotta see what the results say, and from the results we'll go from there and see what happens. I do know though, I felt like during the test, the technician was definitely checking my right side a little bit more, right? She spent more time on the bottom right side, right? This might look left to you guys, but it's my bottom right side, like close to my ribs and stuff. Because she spent some time there, even more than I felt like, the upper side, which my liver, I think, is around this area. So I don't know. We'll see. I've prayed to the Lord that everything, comes out well. And if it's something, then let's take care of it, right? So, yeah, another day, another medical journey for Carlos. I'll keep you guys updated on the results. I'll let you know how it goes. Probably gonna make an update video either on my podcast or just another video on my update list that I have on my YouTube channel. By the way, if you're seeing this video maybe several months from now, a year, I don't know how long, just know that I update my videos and my results on my YouTube channel. You can also comment on the comment section to see how it went, and I'll tell you. I'll probably reply to your comments. But I always make sure that I upload updates. So I might just wait for these results. Plus, I need to wait for my thumbnail guy to make my thumbnail. So maybe in between time, the results come back and I'll let you guys know, and then see where we go from there. Yeah, we'll go from there. Oh, I think I told you guys about the diarrhea, right? That I had from when I went to El Salvador. I think I did. Yeah, I remember. I think I did. All right, well, I'll keep you guys posted if anything. I think I'm not missing anything else. But yeah, man, if you guys are watching this, make sure you get checked. It's better to get checked and know than not to get checked and not know, and then eventually know, and it may be too late for things. I know it can be scary sometimes. I know it can be nerve-wracking because I'm nervous and I've been sick for over 10 years. It's always a process, and not knowing is definitely is a struggle sometimes. But what does the Lord say, right? Worry about today, as tomorrow he's already taken care of that. So your job is to worry about what's going on today, take care of today. Tomorrow he's got it. So, and you know what, that's also part of faith, if you're being honest. Faith is that, it's trusting. And it's hard. I was looking back right now. I know I'm yapping, but I was looking back at the medical facility, and I catch myself sometimes feeling sorry for myself. I come out of testings, I come out of labs, I come out of doing blood works, or whether it can be from surgeries to anything else medical. For 10 years, it gets overwhelming. And when I come out of the buildings, I always look back and I'm like, man, sometimes I can't believe this is my life. And not that I'm ungrateful, but naturally, it just sucks. I look back and I just feel sorry for myself. I'm like, damn, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. And that is just me being honest, being vulnerable with you guys. It's hard because it's tiring, it's fatiguing. It feels like it takes something out of your life all the time. And that's part of the process, and unfortunately, that's my story. But making these videos and knowing that in some way, shape, or form, I am helping somebody out there, calming their anxiety, easing their thoughts, or even suffering together with me, that makes me feel a lot better. And knowing that there's a purpose behind my suffering definitely makes me a lot better, and it keeps me going. So if anything, I know a lot of you guys always show me a lot of love in my channel, but you guys are the reason why I keep going too. So I need to thank you guys for always being there and watching my videos and sharing my journey and our journey together. So it's we're feeding off each other. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. All right, I'm done yapping, but always a moment of vulnerability. I think it's healthy for all of us, and yeah, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I have a podcast on my channel, so you can always be on the lookout for that, or you can subscribe to all the audio platforms as well. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. As always, take care of each other, take care of yourself. Jesus loves you, God loves you. See you guys in the next one. Adios. As I mentioned earlier in the video, if the results came in time before I uploaded this video, then I would have shared my results with you. And guess what? It's the following day since my ultrasound, and the results are here. And let's talk about them. So let's get into it real quick, guys. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, the doctor has not viewed the test results, right? So I get them. I guess the system that I'm in, I get the results first and I can see them myself first, but obviously the doctor has not seen them. So I don't know what the next steps would be, but I read, of course, what's going on, and let's talk about them. So look, the findings and the impressions were by the way, I'm gonna botch a lot of these words, so bear with me. Hepatic steatosis, otherwise no acute findings, and then cholelithitis without evidence of cholecystitis. Wow. Yeah. So, but let's get into what that means, right? So, I went into Google, of course, right? And it says that I had that essentially this finding indicates fat accumulation in the liver, so fatty liver. So essentially, I have fatty liver disease without acute liver damage, inflammation, or other complications at this time. So, good news and bad news, right? Bad news, I have fatty liver, and I'm assuming it has to do with my diet. But I have to really look more into it. I gotta look into depth into what that means. Definitely diet, but not sugar necessarily, right? Because my glucose levels and my blood levels come out within range. So it has to be other things that I'm eating, and then it's my job to figure out why. But if you guys are listening and watching this and have any idea in the comment section, then let me know. I would love to hear your perspective on this and see what it could be so I can narrow my findings. And of course, no inflammation, so that's good. And no other complications. Again, I don't have any symptoms, so asymptomatic. I don't feel pain necessarily on the liver, right? What, this is my liver. Um, and and any other symptoms, I would say like something's wrong or going on, if that makes sense. And then for the other finding, which is essentially my gallbladder, it shows that, let me read what it says for my gallbladder. It says gallstones are present with no wall thickening and pericholecystic fluid to suggest inflammation. So I went back to Google to understand, because they speak doctor language in here. So essentially, Google AI says that without cholelithiasis without cholecystitis refers to a presence of gallstones around 20 to 35% cholesterol based in the gallbladder without acute inflammation, often asymptomatic, right? So I have gallstones in simple language and English terms, but with no symptoms, so asymptomatic. So, and that sounds about right, because I don't have any symptoms. I was telling you earlier in the video that I didn't have any symptoms in regards to anything, except from the time every now and then I may feel like a pain here and there. But sometimes I don't know if it's because of my bloating and my gas and things of that nature. And it could be so many things, especially after having so many surgeries in my stomach. That's been going on. So I have gallstones. So my job now, and then everything else, actually, I'm going to try to go off of the important things. Oh, by the way, for the pancreas, it said the note was subabdominal visualization. That's a hard word for me. I'm sorry, Spanglish. It's a little bit hard, I'm not gonna lie. So visualization, there you go. So that means that they couldn't get a good reading, right? It says that the imaging refers to a scan or ultrasound that is blurry, unclear, or fails to show anatomical structures well enough for a definitive diagnosis. So my plan would be eventually, maybe in like 3 months, for some reason 3 months is a magic number that I've gotten lately, to go back 3 months and see and get results again, and get testings again, right? Blood work, and then also um, ultrasound. So then, if I've been taking care of myself even better when it comes to my diet, hopefully the results come back to normal. And then also I can get a good finding and a good reading on the pancreas, right? I think pancreas, and I don't want to exaggerate here, but pancreas cancer, I think, is like one of the deadliest cancers you can get. I was hoping that my pancreas will come back just, as a clear, but I guess the ultrasound lady didn't get a good reading on it, or maybe it's my fat that's not letting uh the ultrasound machine read, as it should. I don't know. It could be so many different things, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm okay in that stance. So I want to go back and get that checked. Other than that, my duct size caliber is 5 millimeters. My right kidney looks normal. And that's probably about it. Hepatic size is 16.8 centimeters. I mean, I wouldn't know what that means if it's normal, and I'm assuming it is. And then the portal venous flow, hepatopedo, pedo, which I saw it was just normal flow, right? And then sonographic Murphy sign, negative. And that's all. Those are my results. So a little concerning because, my train of thought, I usually have a lot of problem with sweets. I think I told you guys in the video, and sugar. But whenever I get my blood work, at least this time around, my glucose levels and all that were within range. So I almost have a system of like Monday through Friday, take care of yourself pretty well. And then Saturday and Sunday, and even Friday night sometimes, kind of enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? So Monday through Friday, at least till Friday noon, take care of myself with a decent diet. And then I'm doing a lot of walking right now. So I'm trying to do about 10,000 steps per day, at least Monday through Friday. And then do some type of light, either weightlifting or at least squatting for my legs and things of that nature. So I'm not going to say it's the worst lifestyle, but for some reason I have fatty liver. So I'm trying to figure out what foods now. Those are my next steps. What foods and intakes is affecting and causing my fatty liver, and then also why do I have gallstones? So I'm gonna have to do research on my end. If you guys have anything on your end that you think would help me, give me some advice, give me some tips, I would love that, because I'm gonna have to do my research and make sure that those organs are well taken care of. Because the body is so beautiful structure, and God made us so beautifully that sometimes when an organ starts acting up and it's acting bad, then another organ starts going and another organ, and it's just like a domino effect, right? Like a snowball effect. So the good thing is that I believe that this is reversible 100%, I think, and it doesn't become something that's chronic. I don't know. Again, listen, I'm talking very naively because I really don't know very much. But from what I've read, it can be reversible, and I can try to take care of myself even better. So that's probably going to be my job. It's my due diligence, So I have to go and see what's out there. But I wanted to share my results instead of having wait for another update video. You guys get everything in one package here. And if you have any questions or comments, of course, don't forget to leave a comment down below. And also, I have a full playlist on my channel that you guys can watch for all the updates and all the, either it can be surgeries, procedures, whatever I've done on the playlist, and you can just search them on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this content of my health journey. And that's a great way to show some love. So thank you guys for watching. I'll keep you guys posted on my health issues. And God bless you guys, man. Even though I'm thinking I'm living a pretty decent lifestyle, there's still things that come up. So the blessed part is that I have insurance and that I can get checked. And there's things that we can do about it right now. But it sucks that even though you're thinking you're doing well, your body's not really feeling the same energy. It's not the same. It's not reciprocating the same thing you're thinking or you're doing. So it's part of life, ladies and gentlemen. But stay blessed. Jesus loves you. I love you. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you for watching my journey, and see you guys in the next one. As always, peace and love, familia.